Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tolly Carr, and you are watching The Gunther Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gunther Show. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. We are just days away from college football, and we got a huge event getting ready to come up. The Black College Football Hall of Fame Classic is getting ready to kick off this weekend in Canton, and here to talk about that is my man, Tolly Carr. How you doing today, Mr. Carr?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man. Here in Columbia, I'm getting ready for Benedict, and they're going to take on Fayetteville State on Saturday. But we got a big weekend on HBCU Go, man. 3 games, a big Labor Day weekend here. So pretty excited about it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for taking this time out. Yeah, this really is a big weekend. You know, the HBCU buzz continues to grow. Just hit on how much of an experience all of this is. Like, because I understand HBCUs are really huge and everybody continues to now see what we've all seen for years. So just share about the importance of this moment for HBCUs.
Well, I think it's the start to another great season. HBCU Go is doing a great service for the community, providing more and more football games every year. This year's slate is even more exciting than games from years past. I mean, we're kicking things off on Saturday. Hampton, Jackson State. They've only played 3 times in school history in football, so this will just be the 4th ever meeting. Those are 2 iconic brands in their own right. So pretty excited about that. And, you know, football is the big dog on the block. I mean, we have to admit that this is the time of the year when college football programs across the country, whether you're Power 4, FCS, FBS, Division II, this is your time to shine and show people into the front door of the university. And a lot of times that's through the football program. So HBCUs have had their challenges historically. And I think we can all agree that times now are as challenging as they ever have been. So I think the onset of football season will bring people a little more joy, maybe than we experienced over the summer, maybe relieve some anxiety and just have a good time watching football.
Sports in general brings so many people together from all different walks of life. And, you know, you are somebody who can testify to the fact that we have people that are going to be tuned in all over. You know, your work on HBCU Go Sports is incredible. How did you get affiliated with that?
Well, it actually kind of came from a partnership. So my regular kind of day-to-day is working at HBCU Game Day, and had a chance to really kind of share some content, share some ideas with the folks at HBCU Go, because I'm all about supporting anyone who's in the HBCU space that's really looking to get the word out and get programming and content out about our schools. So it was just a natural synergy there in that relationship, and it didn't hurt that I'm in Atlanta, and you know their headquarters are there in Atlanta. I was driving past their HQ every day, taking my kids to school. So, you know, I got the opportunity to do a little work there, and it doesn't conflict, and you know it's a great partnership with promoting things over at Game Day that we're doing at HBCU Go. So anybody that's on Team HBCU and you're doing it the right way, I'm all for you. So it's been a great partnership professionally and personally for me.
How important is it that when you are on these platforms that you are showcasing the next generation of what can happen? But most importantly, how important is it that we have somebody that looks like them doing what they aspire to do?
Well, look, I'm an old man, right? I'm 50 years old. I remember.
Don't even look like it though. Black don't crack.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be 51 here in not too long. Not too long.
Yes, sir.
Growing up, man, there were not a lot of people that looked like me who were doing the things that I wanted to do. And I didn't, you know, really think a lot about it. I just kind of one day decided when I was little, like the guy that was doing sports on TV back in the day when there was just, you know, 3 or 4 channels, something you probably can't even relate to. And you're like, hey, out of all the things I'm watching on TV today, the few pieces of content that I see, that sports guy really looks like he's having a good time. So that kind of lit my passion as a little kid. But I remember, that's me at 8 years old. It wasn't until like high school or college that I really just started to see a few faces that looked like me and sounded like me. And I'm really blessed and fortunate that one of those voices was Charlie Neal when he was doing his work at BET in the first kind of iteration of HBCU sports on national television. And to get the chance to now get to know Charlie and work with him during football and basketball season is really, really cool. And I get to really appreciate that opportunity. But look, man, now look, there's you, there's me, there's people all over social media, all over YouTube, all over all of the different OTT platforms that, kids growing up just think that's normal. Look, my kids were born with a black president. They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's black people can be anything but president, which is what I was told growing up. Like, you can go to the moon, but president, I don't know. So it's a total different time where we are right now with this generation, and opportunity is everywhere. If you have the vision and the execution and you put that with your motivation and inspiration, man, you can take it to wherever you want it to be. So I'm very happy for my kids and everyone else. The younger generations that are coming up really have great opportunities to take advantage of.
There are going to be a lot of opportunities this weekend for people to learn more about HBCUs, but for them also to learn about HBCU Go. How exciting is that?
Man, it's great. I cannot tell you how cool this doubleheader is going to be because they're out of conference HBCU matchups. I mean, look, once we get to conference season, look, you know what to expect. You have those rivalries. But on Saturday on HBCU Go, you'll get a chance to again see Jackson State and Hampton. That's the team. Hampton, look, when I grew up, Hampton was in the CIAA. They advanced to Division I. Back in the 90s, they go to the MEAC, and then they jump over to the Big South. They're now in the CAA, the Coastal Athletic. Jackson State is born, bred, forever been SWAC. A lot of bragging rights on the line here for two HBCU programs, not only for the individual programs, but you got some conference bragging rights there. And look, it doesn't slack off. A couple hours later, you're going to get Benedict hosting Fayetteville State 2 years ago. Both of these teams were champions in their respective conferences in the SIAC and the CIAA. Both teams would love to get back to that championship picture after missing out in the conference title game last year for both teams. And you still got a lot of championship players on their rosters. And look, there's no bigger rivalry on the Division II scene than the SIAC wanting to get one over on the CIAA and the CIAA wanting to get one over on the SIAC. So they'll get to prove it on the field Saturday afternoon here in Columbia, man. So it is super exciting. And then we follow that up on Sunday. We got a simulcast, another SIAC CIAA matchup is going to be on HBCU Go as well as the NFL Network. You got Miles College taking on Virginia Union. It's the Black College Football Hall of Fame Classic. Virginia Union was the CIAA champion last year. Miles coming off the championship team. It's going to be a lot of bragging rights Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be a great Labor Day weekend, and we hope everyone can check us out and join us at HBCU Go. It's free. You don't have to do it. Just download that. Right? Put it on your Apple TV, Roku. I'm kind of partial to Roku at my house, but whatever you're rolling with, HBCU Go is right there. No subscription fees. Just download it and you're good to go.
There's an old saying that goes, if it's free, it's for me. Okay, that's just how we get down.
All about $3.99. $3.99. You're talking my language.
Yeah, especially in this crazy economy, we're living in with all these different people calling the shots. I'm not going to go too much into it, but that's neither here or there. You had mentioned something that was really powerful. You had said your kids grew up with a black president, and that right there taught them that you really can do this. And here you are as somebody that is well known, not just in the sports community, but just in the industry, period. And you're continuing to elevate. And you are continuing to grow. And here we are. HBCU week is getting ready to happen. We have the Hall of Fame Classic game that's getting ready to happen. You had said something about bragging rights. Now, I got to throw this out there. Which team do you think is about to have the ultimate bragging rights coming out of this weekend special?
Well, here's what's on the line. Hampton wants to prove that they are relevant in the HBCU conversation. You know, when you look at teams like Tennessee State, Hampton, North Carolina A&T on the Division I side, they don't fall in the MEAC or SWAC. So they're not eligible for the Celebration Bowl, which we all, have just decided and given our stamp of approval. That is the HBCU National Championship. Oh, but what if Hampton were to run through their out-of-conference HBCU schedule? What if
Can't
Tennessee
sleep on them.
A&T were to do the same thing? They could, on paper, have the right to say, actually, we're the best HBCU team out there. So that's always kind of a fun thing to watch during the year. Jackson State wants to defend their Celebration Bowl title. They want to show the world that they are the team to beat. We told you about the SIAC CIAA matchup on both sides. Virginia Union, Miles, the latest to win, and then you got Benedict and Fayetteville State a couple of years ago. So it's across the board, man. I think it's equal in terms of scale. Obviously, the Division I games, just have bigger fan bases in a lot of cases just because of the size of the schools. Mm-hmm. The biggest winner could be Hampton. If Hampton were to go to Jackson State and defeat the defending HBCU national champions, that would create a narrative and a conversation that would be great for all of HBCU football. Now, I'm not saying I'm pulling for either team. People are Jackson State to win. You got a lot of Jackson State by 40 fans out there, and that's what they're looking forward to on Saturday. But don't sleep on Hampton. Didn't have a great record, but they had one of the best defenses in the CAA last year. So it's going to be a defensive versus offensive matchup if things, fall in line based upon what we saw last season. There's obviously some different personnel, so it's really hard to predict what will happen in these week 1 games because we haven't seen either of these teams on the field against anyone else. But Hampton could create some really cool storylines. Not even if they won, but if they went into Jackson State and looked really, really good, that could stretch the borders of this HBCU universe.
I've always believed in this. Don't believe the hype. Let's play the game. Because on paper, you may have a better roster. But let's line up. Let's get on the line and let's line up and let's see if all that stuff is going to come into factor, which we all know that it won't, because there have been plenty of times in the past when teams on paper were better until you actually got there and you lined up with them. And the guys that were considered the underdogs held their own. And some of the times they even won. Mississippi
Valley State, FAMU last year.
Exactly.
Tolly Carr. That Valley would go in the tally and get the win. You got to play the game. You have to play it. It's not a simulation. It's the real deal. And every once in a while, you get that game that kind of leaves you scratching your head and leaves a little egg on everyone's face. But it creates great conversation and more energy around HBCU football in the national conversation. And even though sometimes your favorite team might be on the losing end of that proposition, I think overall the HBCU community wins when everything doesn't go fully as expected from week to week.
This has been a great conversation, and I just wholeheartedly believe that this is a time when people are seeing the importance of those that look like us, not only tell our stories, but seeing the coaches look like us, coach this upcoming generation, and so many other things, because HBCUs are all about pride, they're all about love, but they're also about showing Black excellence. And HBCU Go does the exact same thing. Before we jump out of here, if anybody wanted to learn more about it, how can they do that?
Well, look, the internet is so fast now. Keyword HBCU Go will take you to where you need to go. I would say download the app. Make sure you have it on your phone, on your smart device. You can see a lot of the offerings that we have on demand, a lot of the programming content there, hbcugo.tv on the website. We'll get you there. Follow on social media. It's going to be a really big weekend. This is a great platform to watch HBCU football. Now, let me tell you, I've been around. There's a lot of people that love HBCU football. There's a lot of people content on HBCU football. I'm not knocking anyone at all. But I can tell you from my firsthand experience, I've never been involved with an organization that has put as much resources and care and preparation into the product of HBCU football and basketball as HBCU Go does. When you tune in and you watch the game, it's the real deal. It is absolutely professional standard. It's what you would see if you're watching any other Power Four or whatever FBS matchup. It's the real deal. And that's so exciting to me, man, to pull up to the game and you got these big production trucks and you got a crew of 50 people. And look, you got a little free catering in there too, man.
Yes, sir.
It is fun. And the producers and the people behind the scenes, man, the amount of work and preparation that goes into these broadcasts and these productions, I just love being a part of a team that's really passionate and cares. And I'm not just saying that, man, to sound good here on your show. It's about being professional and doing it for the people at home. And that's exactly what they do here at HBCU Go. And I love every opportunity I get to work with this staff and get out there and do my best to be a part of a team that puts on a great show for HBCU sports.
I've been in the sports industry for a little bit, and I can testify that it's hard to get a good group of people. It's so hard. It doesn't happen often because sometimes you have a producer that's good and the talent is not. Or other times you have the talent that's good, the producers are not. But it's rare when you find a good group of people that you work with, and clearly that is something that you all have. I'm going to go ahead and shoot my shot here. Y'all need somebody for basketball season. Holla at your boy. One time for the one time.
Hey, look, I'm not a hater, man. I'm not a hater at all. I'm supporting anyone that has passion and energy and wants to advance the HBCU product. And that's a big part of what you do on your show, man. So if you need somebody to say, hey, he's all right, then I'm your guy.
I appreciate it.
I don't move anything. I don't sign it. I'll help you shoot that shot.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is this: Tolly Carr, Dr. Ashley Christopher, Tasha Witten, Curtis Simmons, all of y'all have shown me nothing but love since I started doing things with the HBCUs. And I just want to tell you guys thank you, because you guys are doing stuff for my generation that we will do for the next generation, which I like to call send the elevator down. Because as you get to the top, now it's your obligation to make sure that you do the same thing for somebody else, because somebody had to do it for you. So I just want to tell you, thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate it. And I hope that our paths cross each other this weekend, because I'm going to be there.
Oh, you're coming to Columbia?
No, I'm going to be at the one on Sunday with Canton.
Okay. Well, our paths will not cross there. I'm on lockdown here in Columbia, but we'll be there in spirit, brother. I will be watching for sure, and I hope everyone at home is watching. We got 3 great teams that are going to be on the call, and that game Sunday is huge, man.
Yes, sir.
NFL Network, so you have no excuse not to catch that game Sunday. HBCU Go will have it for you. It's a big simulcast, so a lot of eyes. And look, the NFL season hasn't started, right? So that Sunday is appointment TV. Make sure you check out Miles in Virginia Union.
1,000%. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing else needs to be asked. Tolly Carr on the Chris Gunther Show. Be sure that y'all check him out on HBCU Go. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next time.